You know what I mean? Just to have a figure, a person of your stature growing up around and being a role model for a lot of us at-risk youth, as they call today, in a community like ours. Um, when you,
Well, it wasn't like I wasn't at risk. Hell, I was at risk also. But my thing is, I had people around me that kind of helped me and guide me. Even if it was the dude up on Babylon Turnpike punching me in the chest, saying, "Look, you don't need to be up here." Even if it was that dude on Nassau Road saying, "Yo, now this ain't for you." You understand what I'm saying?
yes,
Finish
sir.
doing the martial arts thing. Finish DJing. Finish, all the other stuff you're doing, man. This ain't for you.
Yeah, definitely, man. Because I could talk about what I'm saying, the martial arts things, what I'm saying, with you and Peanut Johnson and all of that. But that's not this interview. But that's going back. But to have this knowledge, how essential do you feel that it is for all of us to get knowledge of ourselves in today's climate?
Well, I think it's imperative, man. So much so that if you don't, I think a lot of people, man, will fall victim, to be honest with you. And even if you talked about the whole idea of getting knowledge and trying to and knowing, understanding, we need to master the self. So when something like a pandemic hit, you
Mm-hmm.
already centered it, you already grounded, you already knowledge yourself, you already know that this is the temple. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? You already know God body.
Mm-hmm.
You already know that this is sacred, and you know we don't put that kind of poison in our system. I don't care
Right.
what it is.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's mandatory, to be honest with you, man. But to be honest with you, I think that we should have taken those lessons and truly gave them to the babies. So
Right.
by the time they're out of high school, going to that first year of college, if that's what they choose to do, they already have knowledge of self, man. You understand what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
already quote unquote ahead of the game. If we was to give them this supreme wisdom at birth,
Mm-hmm.
and when I say it, we don't understand the deeper science when we talk about mastering the things that we need to master in this society. For example, the argument that I used to have with a lot of young brothers were smoking weed,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to try to get them to understand that affects the sperm.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? You may get lifted to a certain place, but that still affects the sperm. The sperm meeting with the egg and going into the egg and fertilizing the egg will affect the child. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That may hinder the child's growth and development. But trying to get young cats to understand